What's going on, Pokemon YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So once again, we have seen and been presented another PokeTuber and multiple people on Reddit just giving terrible Pokemon investing advice. And on top of that, the YouTuber I'm about to cover has a pretty large audience, which I believe they need to be a little bit more responsible with some of the advice that they are giving, financial advice that they are giving. And the set that the bad Pokemon advice is aimed at is Surging Sparks, the set that has not come out yet, that we are a few months away. But we have got Paradise Dragona in Japanese release last Friday, so let's keep that in mind. Tons of Pokemon YouTubers, Poke investors have hit YouTube to run to talk to their camera and tell their audience how Surging Sparks is going to be one of the best Pokemon investments that they've ever seen. And to quote the video, a sensational investment. So there was another Pokemon YouTuber, Dama, who I bring up on this channel all the time. He did a review of his video. I just wanted to point out the video that he was reacting to, Phillips Collectibles. I just wanted to react to some of the points that he said. And I think that the points that we're going to cover on today's video are very important if you are serious about Pokemon investing. And this is why I always tell you guys to do your own research regardless of all the Pokemon investors that you guys like and trust. It's always great to gather a bunch of information from a bunch of different people to then create a thesis of your own. So my first gripe with Phillips Collectibles, I'm not trying to attack him. I think as a Pokemon YouTuber, or just someone on YouTube in general, if you create a video, it's totally okay. If just same way if I created a video, I'm open for debate and discussion about the videos that I posted. It's not attacking anybody and I'm not trying to, go after anybody. My first gripe with the entire video is just that we do not have the whole other half of this Pokemon set to even tell people that it's going to be investable. I think this video should have started off by saying, hey guys, I'm just going off of half of Surging Sparks, Paradise Dragona in Japanese. I think it's great. I really like the art. And we're gonna have to wait and see for the rest of the Supercharged Breakers in Japanese to put those two together so that we get Surging Sparks, and then now I can give you investing advice. I think that there's a lot of people that are really impressionable that watch these big YouTubers, which I feel is really important for them to realize, because there's a lot of younger kids that might want to be stashing some of these investments, some of these boxes, and they really take what a lot of people on the internet have to heart. So I think that it is their duty to double check and really think before putting out some of these videos. And to me, this is the most obvious one. Before you go give someone financial advice, at least wait for the whole entire set to be released. We haven't even got leaks of Supercharged Breakers in Japanese. So I think he jumped the gun just a little bit. Plus his videos do so well. He gets thousands of views per video. So I think that a lot of people are going to take his word and run with it, which again could be very dangerous in the future. Philip Collectibles then further goes in and explains why he thinks that some of these cards are going to be sought after. He then goes into how it's a Pikachu set, that he likes the colors of the ETB, and he likes certain cards, and he thinks that the Magneton artwork from the ETB is one of the best he's ever seen, etc. So I wanted to really dial in on that exact thing that he said. I think there's a huge difference between liking something to collect, like the colors of the ETB and the ETB promos, and being investable. I think those are two entirely different things, and that is always one of my biggest gripes with these Pokemon investor channels, because they just sound like long-term collectors. I would love to, give Philip Collectibles a question. Can you give me a Pikachu card that has stand the test of time in past sets, recent, ultra modern, that's held this high tax to be considered valuable or investable? I mean, you look at the Pokemon 151 Pikachu, everyone was hyping that up to the moon, and look where it is now. Then we have the Chunkachu. Yeah, sure, the Chunkachu has fallen a little bit, but it's still a pretty expensive card. And on a more niche spectrum, maybe the Master Ball Pikachu, but those after release have all fallen and have not held a high price point to be deemed investable. So I think that it was a very interesting comment that he made. And even a set like Vivid Voltage is still at MSRP. I mean, that set is over 3 years old. Very, very old set. It is a Pikachu set. Pikachu is the forefront. Yeah, there's not tons of stuff in there, but we don't even know half of what Surging Sparks is. I believe that a lot of people think that just because it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, it comes with Gen 1 tax. And I believe that that is further from the truth. Let's just take one of the most collectible, most investable Pokemon, Charizard. We've seen the UPCs, we've seen all of these collection boxes, the Charizard collection boxes, even the Charizard Alt-Arts. These have all pretty much fallen down, have not held at a great investment. Sure, are they going to do well over time? Sure, 5-10 years. That is a maybe, a huge maybe. So I don't think that it's good investment advice just to be like, well, we should just invest in it because it has a Pikachu on it. There is multiple instances that I can name, that I just named, that disprove that exact advice. He goes further into saying that we can see that it can be investable because of the Latias and Latios card. Again, sure, they are great Pokemon. They are dragons. They are beautiful. These arts are absolutely amazing. But he believes that the snowball effect from the Latios and Latios GX are going to come over into these cards and kind of, bring along their price point. Again, we can't say that. It was Sun and Moon was a way different time. Those sets, those Sun and Moon sets, were not as printed as any of the Scarlet and Violet sets. So there's so much more supply of this. Sure, Surging Sparks is going to sell a lot more product because it is more available. And I think that Pokemon realizes that their Pikachu is the mascot, and kids are naturally going to buy it more. But again, this is an investment video, so does it make it more investable if there is tons of product and Pokemon just decides to print it into the ground? Unlike the Sun and Moon era, where the Latios and Latias GX was very low printed. And you guys got to remember that the Latios and Latias GX card, it wasn't a super big chase. It was a $35 card at one point. So again, do not think that just because something performed well in the past that it's going to perform well in the future. That is simply just not the case. I just believe that us YouTubers, we have a responsibility to, like I said, just double check our work. Think about the things that we say. I like to write everything down. I like to ask other Pokemon YouTubers and just people in the space if I got some of my information mixed up. If I don't know something, I always go to people that do know, that some people that were in those eras, the eras that I weren't in, and I just do more research. And I think that people like Phillips Collectibles and the people on Reddit as well, I think they need to do more research before they give these people some bad investing advice. I'm going to use myself as an example. I really did not understand the whole theming of Paradise Dragona, and that's where me and Phillips Collectibles, we completely were on the same page. He was like, it feels like a lot of these Pokemon are forced. And I thought the same thing. I thought that because I was unaware of the DLC, the area that Paradise Dragona is pretty much based around. That was completely bad on my part. I just didn't do enough research. I really need to play the DLCs. I played the game, but I have not played the DLCs. But after hearing multiple people talk about the DLC content where Paradise Dragona takes place, I completely understand why we didn't get a Dragonite or why we didn't get certain cards. Yes, I wanted the big dragons, the Salamances, sure, the Dragapults, the Dragonites, the Charizards, even Mega Charizards, he's a dragon, I believe. That just simply wasn't the case. Scarlet and Violet's era, as far as the TCG, they've been very, very accurate and stuck to the game. And I like that they did that. I like that they are not straying too far off of the path. So that's what we're gonna get. Now I wanted to make this video just to tell you guys again to just do your own research. Take everything that you hear on the internet with a grain of salt. Can Surging Sparks go on and be the top set in the Scarlet and Violet era? Sure, maybe. One of his points as well was talking about how this set is just going to outshine any set in the SV era by far, which I think is further from the case. I think Paldea Evolved is still number one. It has a lot of that Gen 1 tax, even Gen 2, Gen 3 tax. There's so many amazing cards in Paldea that are even investable because they are playable in the year 2024. And that's always something to hold, and something that always holds stock when we're talking about investability. I also watch a ton of Pokemon video podcasts from people that own Pokemon stores and just LGSs, etc. They're saying that Surging Sparks, the pre-orders are going absolutely crazy. People are really believing in the set for God knows what reason, but it is a big pre-ordered set. They're saying that Pokemon is going to make sure that they have enough stock to fulfill these big orders. If you're interested where I get a lot of my information, Pokemart USA, I'm gonna bring his little channel up at right here. Nostalgianomics is also on his podcast, and they do a great job. They also have another gaming store on there. I think that these three people are very knowledgeable in the space. So I'm gonna leave all of their stuff linked in the description. And it's such a important part of just for me being a YouTuber is just to have so many different eyes and for me to soak up all the information free information given on YouTube, so that I could have my own thesis. So now I'm gonna turn it to you guys. Do you guys think that it is a little bit too soon to give Pokemon investing advice on a set that hasn't even seen the second half of it? Let me know that or any criticism in the comment section down below. And until tomorrow, I will catch you guys with a fresh new video. Peace.